to start recording. Welcome to our coaching chat Zoom. We have just come off a series called Ditch the Pitch, and I feel like it has us primed and ready for the next series. I love how God does that. He just kind of sets the next topic right into place that we step into it. And I just want to first say thank you guys to those of you who are just faithfully on this call every Monday. And Linda and Brenda and I see the numbers, and it's the people who show up on this call are the ones that we are seeing moving and shaking in this business. So kudos to each one of you for just the consistency that you have every Monday. Well, today we're going to talk about the consistency chain. I don't see Allison on here yet, but Allison was the one who said, Elaine, this book, or she heard, and I can't remember who it was on the Leadership Academy that she heard someone talking about this book. And so when she told me about it, I went and got it and read it, and it is a fabulous book. It's pretty basic, but it's one of those things that it's more about capturing the idea of it. And there's Allison. Allison, I'm bragging on you for referring this book to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of break down the tips from the book today. But here's what I want to talk to you about. Before we jump into the book, this idea of a consistency chain, and I'm going to share my visual with you because I think if you kind of get this visual in your mind, at least for me, if I have a visual, it helps me. So what we're going to do as a team, and so Brent, you're going to get a project broadcast message, text message from Brenda, or from myself, or from Linda, whoever your upline NMD is. And what we're gonna offer is saying what we know to be successful, consistency is the key. And I have said time and time again, I'd rather have a partner who worked this business 30 minutes a day, every single day, than a partner who maybe just like works it like crazy for a week and then sets it down for a week. And why would I say that? Well, the reason is consistency produces momentum. And so we know that to be true. We know that, when I look at just even myself being a national marketing director, there's nothing special about me, but I learned how to consistently work this business. And I'm looking right now, I see Brenda's face, Linda's face, Shelly's name, and Sandy Horn's name. And I can tell you all of those people have learned how to consistently work this business. And many of you who are on here, you guys are the backbone of our business. And what we need to do is turn around and duplicate this consistency with our team. So here's what we're going to do before we jump into the tips on consistency. The three NMDs who are on this call, we are going to, and Sandy's on here too. I think Sandy's our upline. For those of you who don't know Sandy, hold on, let me stop for a second. I'm going to stop sharing. Sandy, wave your hand so everybody knows. So Sandy is our, sorry to say it, but you're our great-great-grandmother in this business for many of us. And you talk about someone who's been consistent for many, many years. Sandy is the perfect example of consistency, and the business she has built, it would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. And so we want to continue the trend following our upline in regard to just being consistent with this business and where it will go. And when I say, here's what I've seen, I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent, but many times when we come into this business or we bring someone into this business, they expect huge results in the beginning. And then sometimes when they don't get it, then they get discouraged. But what they don't realize is the huge results happen. They quit because maybe they don't get the results they want to see immediately. But where the big results come is down the line, and people way underestimate. If I start telling you how much Sandy made, or Linda, or me, or Brenda, you'd be like, what? And it wasn't because we made all that in the beginning. I remember in the beginning, I thought, I think I'm making $5 an hour. But it was over time, that consistency. Today, I'm almost embarrassed to say, because I know I'm not worth it, but I sure am grateful. It was that consistency over time that built the big numbers. So do not underestimate where you can go with this business. If over time you just consistently invest. And so what we're going to do, the game plan is, you're going to, if you want, you reach out to, we're actually going to send you a text message. And if you want to be a part of this consistency chain, respond back to the message. But what it's going to say is, here's what we as national marketing directors are offering to you. Every single day, every single work day, you're going to get a text message from your upline NMD saying, hey, you've chosen to join us on this consistency chain. Don't break the chain. And then you're going to get verbiage of, here's some verbiage you can send out to someone who's interested in the omegas, somebody who's interested in the children's health study, someone who's interested in a tower garden, someone who you want to be interested in joining you in this business. So we're going to do, as Brenda Proctor always says, we're going to do the heavy lifting for you. We're going to give you verbiage every day. And so that way you're getting a reminder. All we're asking, and I love this that Allison Gate said, Elaine, if all I know is just that encouragement to talk to one person a day, that's doable. Everybody on here and everybody on your team can connect with one person a day and have a conversation. That's all we're asking. Where the power comes in is doing it every single day. So imagine if you do it every day for 30 days, that's 30 people you would have had a conversation with. When you think about it, how many of us have truly had a conversation for 30 days straight with somebody? Anybody on here? I haven't. I can't wait to do this. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to track it on my calendar. And I'm going to challenge you guys to do the same. And then follow up with these people. That's key. But I'm telling you what, we will see our summer explosion that we want to happen in our business. And so what we're committing to you as your national marketing directors is, you will hear from us every work day, and you're going to get verbiage every work day for 30 days. Then if you want to sign up again for the next 30 days, we're going to do it again. And so you got all the verbiage, all the reminders. Let's do this. This will help us all to lock arms and say, whether we have that personality of being consistent or not, this is going to help us do it, because you're going to be reminded every day, I've agreed to do this chain. I'm going to do it. Okay. So let's talk about the benefits of saying yes to this 30-day campaign. You can sign up again for the next 30 days, but this is for 30 days. Let's see if we can do 30 days consistently, having a conversation with one person. Okay, so I read this book called The Consistency Chain. Phenomenal book, but I'm giving you the cliff notes. So if you follow this, you pretty much got the gist of the book. Okay, so I went back through and just gave you the tips. Everything I highlighted in the book, I got in this tip section. So number one, if you're sitting here saying, oh gosh, Elaine, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can commit to 30 days. We're just saying commit to day one, then commit to day two. And on day three, commit to day three. It's just one day at a time, make that commitment. And here's what I want to tell you. If you're feeling like, okay, I don't have that consistency personality, congratulations, you're in the majority. So 80% of the people out there don't have that kind of a personality. 20% do. There's 20% on this call is saying, well, this is exciting. I can't wait to check this off my calendar every day. But 80% of you are probably sitting there saying, oh my gosh, can I really commit to this? Do I want to commit to this? We're just saying commit to day one. Commit to day one. Okay, so if the majority are people who consistency, like if I said the word, I'm kind of one of the weirdos that like that word consistency. But if I said that to my husband, he would be like, Elaine, don't say that word. That just makes me want to walk away. So that's my husband's personality. But he, in his own way, has learned to be consistent. He's very successful. So he's figured out a framework that works for him. This is a framework that they're saying is if all we're doing is thinking about that day, having one conversation, it's simple, it's easy. So you're in the majority if maybe this isn't in your wheelhouse of being consistent, but I think this chain, based on the research from this book, will work for you. It works for everyone. So the second point, and I've already talked about this, consistency trumps consistency. I think I must have halfway wrote that. I'm sorry. But consistency is what will produce success. And it trumps anything else. And so what we want to do is for 30 days we do this, what we've created is a habit. And habits come without us thinking. And so that's really what this consistency chain is doing, is teaching us, getting us in that habit of having that one good conversation a day. So this book, and I'm showing you, this is the consistency chain. They looked at, this is written for network marketing. And what they talked about was, how are these people achieving such success in network marketing? And there were three things, just three simple steps. One, they said what they looked at successful people in network marketing is they get a large group of people, and many of you have a large group of people already on your team as your customers. Then they teach them to do a few simple things, just like what we're talking about here. One simple thing, one simple change. That was a huge campaign or push of Juice Plus, and it's still to this day, I talk about one simple change with my customers. Just add Juice Plus, just take your Juice Plus. The same is true for us. One simple chain is having one conversation every single day. That's one simple thing we all can do. And then do it on a consistent basis, just over and over and over again. Have that conversation, reach out to one person a day. So I loved another point he talked about in the book. Everyone's not a prospect, but everyone is a resource. Wow. I remember this in the beginning thinking, I don't have to get all my customers on board as partners, but what I called them was crusaders. Can I have those conversations with my customers and turn them into crusaders? So maybe one day you have a phone call with some of your customers to see if they want to join you in the business this summer for free. If you have that conversation and they say, I don't think so, we don't have to get discouraged. What we've done, though, is open the door to maybe helping them become a crusader. Well, then maybe, who do you know? You love your Juice Plus. Who do you know that maybe I'll be happy to reach out to them and share Juice Plus to them and send them a video. So what you're doing is getting them to refer. If they don't want to be a partner, you want your customers to be referral machines. And I've said this many times, every time I've looked at my customer base, 47% of them are referrals from other customers. And then those customers refer. So they don't have to become a partner, but you want them to be a referral machine for you. So having a conversation to invite them into the business, maybe it's a fail. Maybe they don't join the business, but what you do is turn them into a customer who likes to refer people to you. And then maybe talk to them about sending them a bag of Complete every time they send you a customer, or send them, your profit off of whatever that customer orders. Whatever arrangement you want to make with them, You want them referring people to you. So everyone doesn't have to be a partner, but we want them to be a resource. And this gives us a good opportunity having that conversation with them. But don't be discouraged. So let's just say you are on board and you're like, okay, I'm going to commit to the consistency chain and I'm going to have one conversation a day. Well, let's say you have 5 conversations and nothing happens. I want to challenge you guys not to be discouraged. And I'm going to read you a story. So from this book, the guy, Jim, went to the top in 2 different network marketing companies. And so, like, when I say the top, I mean blew it out of the water. And let me tell you how he came into the network marketing business. So he said, he's telling the story. He said, how he got into the network marketing business. He said, I received a letter in the mail that said, your name has come to our attention as the type of person who possesses the talents and skills that we're looking for. We would like to invite you and your wife to join us Thursday evening at 7 o'clock at the Holiday Inn downtown Hartford to explore an opportunity that matches your abilities and skills. He said when he read that, he was ecstatic. He didn't know how they got his name or knew how great he was, but he was fired up. So he said he went to this event at the Holiday Inn, signs on as a partner in this network marketing company, and takes off running in this business, goes straight to the top in this business. He said it wasn't till a long time later that he found out in reality, the invitation was a form letter sent out to 1,000 people. And he found out that out of the 1,000 people, he was the only one who responded to the letter. But the one person who responded to the letter went to the top. In his upline, left the business, yet he went all the way to the top. Now, I'm going to give you 2 examples when I read that I jotted this down. 2 people. First one, a lot of you know who Catherine Lee is in our company. She's the 100 plus club. Phenomenal speaker. And Sandy, you may have to help me out with this because I get it mixed up. I think I'm saying this right, that under Catherine Lee meets Deanna Christopherson, or maybe Linda, you know too, or Brenda, in a grocery store. Isn't that how it was? Okay. And so just one conversation in a grocery store in front of a produce section, Catherine Lee has a conversation with Deanna Christopherson. And Catherine Lee, I said, is 100 plus club. Now Deanna Christopherson is 100 plus club. One conversation. I think about oh my gosh, one of my favorite people, and her name just slipped my mind. Oh my gosh, who she goes to Mobile, but to Mississippi, help me out. Gosh, I love this lady like there's no tomorrow. Invites to an event. One person shows up to the event. Who is it? Harriet Seltzer. Good gosh. Has this huge, invites all these people, rents out a hotel room, shows up. The only people that show up are her mom and dad. Goes back, wants to quit, and doesn't allow that to seep back in. Instead, she calls everybody who was supposed to be there, tells them they missed an incredible event. Says, I'm going to have it again, goes back down from Atlanta to Mississippi, and has another event, full house, and explodes her business. So, and then one more thing I got to share with you. Three of our own Juice Plus people stories come to mind. The next one was Dr. Doug Odom. I remember asking him one time, who's 100 Club NMD as well. And I said, being an OBGYN, how did someone get you involved into the Juice Plus business and see what you could do with his business. And I remember him saying, literally, he said, I was in one of my colleagues' offices, another doctor, a partner in his firm or in his practice. He said there was an invitation to an event. He goes, I knew that doctor was going to throw that in the trash. I picked it up and went to that event. 100 Club National Marketing Director, OBGYN Dr. Odom. So here's what I want to say is, I bet that, I wonder who the person was who invited that original doctor. And maybe they felt like nobody was coming to the event, yet it just took one person. So do not get discouraged if it's only one person, because look what one person can do. So if you're 5 days in and nothing's happening, go another 5 days. You never know the one person who may totally turn your business around. And that's where the consistency really comes into play. What if that person didn't send out those 1,000 letters? What if that person didn't send that invitation to the doctor? What if Catherine Lee didn't have that conversation with someone at the grocery store? It's the consistency of our effort that pays off. Okay, so the next point in this book, he talks about so many times we set a goal, we miss it, and then we just kind of slide back further, kind of get under our shell. Oh my gosh, I let that goal slip by me. Here's what this consistency chain goal is. We just want to get better. We just want people to get healthier. We just want our business to grow. Just think of ER goals, just a little bit better the next day. And when we have a conversation, our verbiage skills are going to get a little bit better. If we have 3 days in a row, our consistency is going to get a little bit better. Think about this consistency chain challenge is going to be all about ER goals. You know, we're just getting better. That's our goal. That's our goal day in and day out. The next point was focus on activities that you know that you can accomplish. You know, back to one conversation, we all can do that. And I loved in his books, he talked about Seinfeld. I don't know, how many people are Seinfeld fans? I love that show. And how did Seinfeld get to be so successful? I forget the millions of dollars he's made. And he said there was a point in time that all he decided to do was to write one joke a day. One joke a day. Very similar to what we're signing up for. One conversation a day. Look where it took him. You know, I watched Seinfeld for 10 years, for every night at 10 o'clock at night before I went to sleep. I mean, imagine that. Imagine what we can accomplish with one conversation a day. Okay, so the next thing, momentum equals accumulated mass of consistent, focused, purposeful action. We're just going to have one purposeful conversation a day. And by gosh, you're going to get a reminder and you're going to get verbiage every day. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Please join us. Please say yes to this consistency chain challenge. Okay, the next point that I underlined in the book, consistency creates success and success creates confidence. You guys, so many of the time, I think we don't do things because we're lacking a little bit of confidence. Am I right? But I feel like when we build on this consistency, we're going to become more and more confident. And our verbiage is going to get better. And our confidence is going to grow. And our focus is going to get better. We are just going 30 days from now, who are we going to be? Because we said yes to this consistency change. And who on your team needs to hear this information? Who's not on this call? You guys, we want to be, everyone on this call, if you've got one partner on your team, you are a leader. And so I'm going to challenge you. Brenda's going to challenge you. Linda's going to challenge you. Sandy's going to challenge you to take this to your team. Everybody can have one conversation a day. And so we, as their leaders, say, I'm going to do it. Will you join me? And then you can you can either reach out to your team and send them the reminders, or send us their phone number and we'll add them to our, the four of us all have project broadcast where we can add people's number and they will get automatically, we'll send it out one time and it'll go to everyone on our list. Lastly, incorporate affirmations. That was a tip he had in the book. And I have not done this. I've done it this 30 days. I literally am going to write out about 5 affirmations that I am going to incorporate in my morning routine. And that is to remind myself, I can do this. You know, whatever it is, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to stop sharing right now. Well, let me go into these 5. I'm going to come back to the 5 points. I want to, maybe when we kind of open it up, I want to hear some affirmations from those of you who say that to yourself on a daily basis. And I'm going to share something. I've shared this before. And this is one of the things I loved about my husband when I first started dating him. He had an index card, and he went over affirmations himself every single day. And I loved, this is one of the things that would attract, and I remember about him, I would jump in his car when we'd get ready to go somewhere, and I'll never forget, he would always hit the back of the seat and he'd say, I feel good, I feel great. How do you feel today, Elaine? And it always got me in such a good mood. And you know, when we think about affirmations, we can kind of laugh and think it's crazy, but I'm telling you, they work. And it was one of the things that I absolutely loved the most about, at that time, my boyfriend, was that he was always working every single day on becoming a better person. And it started out by feeling good and feeling great. And when honestly, I watched your faces. When I said that, it made you all laugh. And it made you smile. And you know what? If I'm saying that, you know what else? The other one affirmation that's come into my mind is Sean Myers. And he always said before he started making phone calls to his customers or to his partners, he'd go look himself in the mirror and say, it's showtime. And he said, every time I think about that, it makes me laugh. And when we have a smile on our face and we're reaching out to people, even if we're typing it, let's hope we make connections by phone calls. But even if we do text messages, if I'm smiling, I guarantee you what I'm typing is going to be more appealing and attractive. And so we're going to talk about some affirmations as well. And so I'm going to open this up to, I've kind of zipped through this pretty quickly because the NMDs on this call have an NMD call at 1 right now. So I don't want to leave y'all because I want to, make sure everyone knows what we're doing and what you're signing up for if you say yes. And then, I want to hear any questions that you have. And then I want to hear those affirmations, because I think if along with this, we start our days off with an affirmation, and maybe we'll put that in our messages, those reminders to you every day, that will help. But did I make it clear kind of what this consistency change challenge looks like? If not, I know I was rattling on a lot of information. Let me hear any questions anyone has. Did it make sense? Maybe give me a thumbs up if it did, or okay, I'm getting a cute thumbs up from Erin.
Yes, made sense. It's awesome.
Okay, so you're going to get a text message from your upline NMD saying, are you in or not? And then also, are you going to forward this to your team, or do you want to send me, some numbers of people who you want added to this consistency chain challenge? So pretty much that's it. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you guys don't have any questions. Are you sure? Everybody gets what the game plan is. Okay. And is anybody excited? Am I the only one excited about this?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm excited.
Yay, Cheryl,
Yes.
thanks. Okay. I just think this will be a great shot in the arm, especially during the summer months. So don't hold back. Let's make sure our team knows about this. And if anything, what we're doing is we're giving them great verbiage. Now, I'm going to let Linda share, have a few thoughts to say, because what I don't want you to do is just forward stuff. I want you to look at that verbiage and then look at who I'm talking to today. Hopefully everyone has a list of, has a huge memory jogger list that 30 people is not going to be hard to send stuff to. But I'm going to ask Linda just to kind of share. Linda does a fabulous job when it comes to really tailoring what she says to people. So Linda, why don't you kind of share your thoughts in regard to tailoring these messages, even though they're going to get some great verbiage.
Okay. Well, Lane and I work very good together, and we are so different because I'm kind of like Scott. And I think we had the same numbers on our personality test, but I'm not really a routine person. So some of you on here are maybe not a routine person. You get up in the morning. I know when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna work my Juice Plus business. So that is the one thing I know I'm gonna do. But if you're the kind of person that you don't want to do the same thing every day, then shake it up. This is all about being real and fun. And you want to have fun with this. And I love the idea of those affirmations. I think that is so cool. When you were talking about that, I thought, if we sent our customers one affirmation a week, what do you think? I think that would be so awesome. So shake it up. Take these ideas that Elaine's going to send out and read it and see what it speaks to you and make it yours. You got to own it because they will know if you're copying and pasting. Don't do that. And you might say, oh, I like that, but I think I want to do such and such, So just make it, and when you're talking about this consistency chain, don't think of it as a chore. Oh my gosh, now she wants us to do one more thing. No, you got to turn it around and say, oh my gosh, let's have fun with this. Let's see how many people we can get excited. Who's going to break the chain? I'm not going to break the chain. It's a game. Let's enjoy the ride. And let's do this, guys. We can. You have your own personality and you can put your own twist to it. And that'll be great. And maybe you want to share some of those with us because we're all looking to share ideas and make it fun. And the important thing is we want to all do this to enhance our business. That's all.
I love it. And that is one thing I've always loved about Linda. It's always fun. She makes things fun. And I agree. Let's make this a fun process with our team, with each other. And, if you got some good verbiage, maybe we just start a verbiage post on our team pages. And every time you got great verbiage, just go in there and put it in the comments. And that way people can grab from there as well. So that we've got verbiage coming in all directions to us. It's going to be easy, especially for these new, as we've got this summer blitz of bringing on new people. Man, who was I on the phone with the other day? And it was a new person. Oh, it was Allison's new person. And I shared kind of this idea. She goes, oh my gosh, this would be great as a new partner to have all kinds of new verbiage hitting all at once. So, and just allow me to grab from it and make it my own, but at least, it's a starting point for us. So anyway, okay, be on the lookout, and then let's make sure our teams get on board with it as well. And I think we're going to see a huge explosion this summer if we really implement this one conversation a day, So, all right, well, we're going to wrap it up. Does anybody have any questions? All right, you guys are a quick study. I love Jeff Packard gave me the thumbs up. All right, well, let's roll up our sleeves, be on the lookout for that that text message, and let's get the consistency chain going, and let's not break it. Thanks, you guys, for being on the
Awesome.
call. Being on the
Thank
call.
you.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Great call.
Guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Bye-bye.